Okay, what is the name of the parasha that we came to?
Okay, so today, this is, I believe, okay, 1 second, I think this, it starts with darkness, because we need to keep it mysterious. Mashallah. Okay, so, okay, we are recording?
We are.
Okay, great. Okay, mashallah, because I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm doing it when I'm sober. Okay, so this parasha is amazing because we believe that Parashat Shavua, as a rule, is always connected to this Shavua. Okay, it's the portion of the week. So this tradition has been going on for 2,000 years. And as I said, this is like, for me, one of the reasons I believe that the oral Torah is really the secret of Judaism, and this is why we stuck together and achieved everything. Because if we only had the Bible, but there was no mechanism that would keep it alive, it would be like the Protestants really. But since they brought it, it started reading the Torah on Mondays and Thursdays. I have a very beautiful article about the democratization, everything. I have like amazing sources that because the greatest intellectuals and most interesting ones are showing the real sides of Judaism. It's just the underground. So
This week, the Parashat Shavua is about.
yeah. So the idea is that it started on Mondays and Thursdays because it was the market days. So imagine like a reality show at daytime at the center where everyone is in the market. This is where they lived. It was like 2,000 years ago. Yeah, they read the Torah, and then on Saturday the whole Torah where everyone is gathering. You have nothing to do. It's like. And synagogue is your entertainment. This is why Jews invented Hollywood, really. And we are the entertainers, the storytellers. And this is why I said, we talked before why I believe in TikTok. I'm recovering this because I want to create content, okay? This is a performance because this is what I create about, and this is the saying. I really believe in Islam and Muhammad is a great prophet and mashallah. I really believe in it, and I believe that my life is like a myth that I never understand what's going on in my life. Everything is so crazy, nothing. And now I'm in fucking Barcelona, where the Ramban had a dispute with Christianity. And I really believe that the solution to all the problems of the world, mashallah, this is where I brought all this, is the connection between Islam and Judaism. Something needs to be deciphered because I heard lately about Muslim psychology and I fell in love. It was like the remedy for every fucking bastard Freud created in the world. It was like, I believe since I live in Palestine and I feel very Palestinian, very Semite, and this is why I can't live in Israel, in Nazi Israel. Yeah, I'm like, and so I really believe there is a connection. Also, I started studying Arabic with an artist friend because my mind cannot work. I try, and she's amazing. She teaches me the connection between Arabic and Hebrew is miraculous. It blows your fucking mind. And I said, we have to create content together. She's like a true artist and she's really wow.
And the name of the parasha.
The name of Pharshas is Yitro. And what I want to say, why I believe in TikTok, and this is what we're doing.
The name is?
Yitro. And okay, and Yitro, it's a name. It's a name, Yitro. Okay, 1 second, I'll finish this. And so the idea that storytelling and interpreting it forever and blah, 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 is why Jews created Hollywood and economy and blah, blah, blah. They are de facto pastors. It gives you a certain power, an intellectual power. This is why Jews are blah, blah, blah. And I really believe that TikTok, why is it so revolutionary? I'm in love with TikTok. I learn a lot because what Judaism knows, and Chazal tells us that בעשרה מאמרות נברא העולם, like in 10, that God creates the world with words. There is an obsession with words. Only the Torah and the Hebrew can really be understood. For this lesson, I brought some Parashot Shavua, but I read the translation in English, and it was actually interesting. It was actually a midrash, and inshallah, I hope we get to that. And so only in Hebrew, but it's mystical. And so if we create a new story, the world will change. Okay, there is also one guy, very interesting guy that does like Jewish psychology, and it's about just telling your life narrative different. Not obsessing over the traumas, but saying it may be the fact that I was raped by my uncle created my sensitivity. No, I'm not kidding. That you can take it because we know that a lot of spiritual people are built according, like by their traumas and pains. Like, it's not something that you can just take away from humanity. No, we don't want to be robots. We just don't want to suffer. We want complexity with no suffering. This is the challenge, I guess, of humanity. And this is why I really believe in the Torah, because you need a lot of tools. And this is why I obsess about the real Judaism or Torah against the evil. Because I bought all these books and blah, 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 because I really believe we have a vision to offer to the entire universe. There is something about Israel and Palestine together with the true Israel. Yeah. That is mystical and it is amazing and wow, fucking amazing. And at the core of it, before we start Yitro, you see, I bought this fucking heavy book because it's my fucking Bible. It's like anarchism יהודי דתי, like Jewish, it's very like, very simple, like Jewish religious anarchism. And it's written by a professor that used to be even the manager of Bnei Akiva, the most mainstream old school today. And he wrote all this, proving that Judaism is anarchist. And I knew it since I was 7. And this is what I was really taught in school. This is why I didn't understand why the fuck Zionism. And it's amazing because, and one thing that I wanted to talk about that I found out through this book that Donna Barbanel is an amazing character from the Jews that really controlled, Spain, before they were expelled. So Donna Barbanel is one of the major ones. If I was connected to the kingdom, because he was so part of the kingdom, he was anarchist as fuck because he experienced as one of the top, guys from the leadership there. And this is why he's one of you find here, it covers it from every angle. It's amazing. Okay, so I believe that like what the core of Jewish anarchism, in which is what connects us to Islam and Palestine and Semite culture, is living only in tribes, only in small communities. Otherwise, you'll have what we have today. And this is always the problem of Judaism with the golden calf. This is the tendency. This is the pyramids, the hierarchy. This is why the next episode, which is really elaborating, is the sentences, like the next parsha, starts with slavery, with endless rules. And this is why we started with slavery, because this is the tendency in Israel, we see it, the 10%, right? The fucking 10% fucking others. And it's so strong outside. Oh yeah, outside. But Israel is the country with the biggest gaps in education and economy in the West after the US, which is major. Okay? This is what we have achieved from a system that started by reading Parashat Shavua every Monday and Thursday in the market. This is what Zionism has done to Judaism. And this is why it hurts me. Because now Israel is not Germany. And you know why Israel is not Germany? Because we adopted the Protestant method, where you connect education and finance. And this is why you have the masses that get a degenerated form of Judaism, which is totally Christian and deformed. Yeah, they are low class, they are oppressed. Their Arab culture was oppressed mainly. Their grandmother used to hear Kutum. This is this is the mythological story. You know how many materials we have about this?
Can you tell more about tribalism?
Yeah, okay. Like the avant-garde of the Jews, basically,
Take the paper bag away because
yeah.
it's making noise.
Okay.
Thank you.
Just check out this,
The book?
yeah. It's a surprise for me too, because this is the only thing I bought now from my visit. I went to a bookshop and I said, oh, fuck, I need this book. Because this guy is a Dutch Protestant, but he's a very, very nice guy. And he writes a book only about the good side of humanity since and I follow him since 2019. It's really interesting. And he talks about morality and he built a morality. I want to meet him somehow. And it's the only book I didn't read. I just wrote about it and fuck, I saw it. I'm going to read it. Okay. Because I believe that it's universal what we're bringing. And the only thing that is missing is the tribal stuff. I believe that it's a joke that his father is like a Protestant priest, and it's like a joke because this is exactly why were Germans so threatened? What is the Semite difference between the Protestant and the Jew? A few things. The Jews are always the dirty ones. Okay, this is 1/3 of the reasons Jews invented Hollywood, because it was dirty business at the time. Okay, we are storytellers and dirty business. For Protestants, it was forbidden harm. Okay. And also, like, there is an amazing article by James Baldwin that Negroes hate the Jews because they are anti-white, because it turns out, I didn't know, they read it, it's from 1968 or something, the Jews were motherfuckers as landowners, but they were always the middlemen. They were the one, like, upgrading, and they were like Sherlock. It's not a myth. It's true. I live in Israel. It's fucking true. This is my research about how Jews fuck the world. It's like this is okay. So yeah. So everything we are doing now is like it's what I have to remind myself that even though I really hate the bad side of the Jews, okay, I have to I have to remind myself that the reason for all this is because there is a vision, a good vision, like a vision of good in humanity, and it will be like a collective of culture from all over the world, like tribal, honest, not abstract German, European. Because the thing is, for 500 years, violets took over the world, like the white is like all the colors of the rainbow together. This is white culture. They took all the treasures of all the world by violence, destroyed all the tribal systems, connected, with the pencil tag. This is Africa. You know what the West did in 1854 for Africa? They fucking tore it apart in a fucking pencil. Leopold of Belgium is the worst dictator in all of the, more than Stalin, more than Mao, more than Hitler. What they've done in what Belgium has done in Congo till now bleeds. Till now. Okay, for fucking diamonds. Come on. Yeah, this is the European system. And when Judaism, I just realized, this is why I'm wearing the hijab, I'm not kidding. I just realized, the Judaism is a comedian. It's like you have a Moroccan, it's so different because it's so different. So when it comes in contact in Islam, I went to a quiz, like it was 1992, I was a geek. I was like in ninth grade. There was a chidon, like a national quiz about the 500 years for the expulsion of Jews from Spain. So I learned like obsessively about all this Donna Barbanel. I was fascinated by it because the only glamorous time, but fuck, like really, wow, real prosperity, the golden age of Judaism is here in fucking Spain. When Judaism, that Judaism without Islam would be dead. Rabbi Saadia Gaon, the one who wrote the stuff, wow, fuck, the founder of, like, without him, Judaism, it was because he came in contact with Islam, which was a revolutionary. It's so similar to Judaism that it fucks my mind. It's a continuation. It's the obvious continuation of Judaism. But it is the feminine version of Judaism. So when we will combine, inshallah, Islam and Judaism in some form, very interesting, creative minds or whatever, I don't know, it's Allah, because it will be like lots of people meeting, I don't know how it will, then it will be universal. Because why I'm obsessed about Zionism? Since I was a child, I understood this, okay? Halacha, the halacha needs to move, okay? Because electricity didn't exist in the Talmud. Okay, so fuck, there is electricity. What do? We always need to evolve, right? So we have a core idea, and then we have logic. It's very smart, blah, 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 blah. But now women, okay, they're not like once. You need to decide. All my friends, their kids, when their daughters go Olot Torah, it's unbelievable in my generation, and it's a silent revolution. If you would tell me, every 12-year-old from a liberal, like nice, they read the Torah. It's a revolution. You don't understand, but like I've been to the best intellectual, religious institutions, so this is my thought. So the halacha cannot work like it's abstract ideas like the modern army. Like how can Jewish morality deal, with bombs that kill very, very violent children, obviously? Can the Bible relate to that? And we cannot, even Chazal said that Amalek is a myth. Chazal. Okay, so, and I cannot, with 5 sentences, I can contradict. Amalek can never be the Palestinians, can never. In all the Jewish mythology, it's always Christianity. Gaon said it's Germany and Russia. Okay, it's always Christianity. Even in the Bible, there is Ishmael are our brothers. Ishmael, even Rashi said that he was a saint, like a sage. He's totally good. He's just our victim. nothing bad with him. He's blessed totally. Nothing bad with Ishmael. Palestinians are endless. Gaza, it doesn't make any sense that it's Amalek. Amalek actually is the Jews at the moment. I'm sorry. It's Zionism, because Zionism is indeed not Judaism. It is exactly the opposite. So, the founders of Zionism, their basic psychology was they were self-hating Jews in a very deep way, like Max Toto was basically a Protestant. And yeah, he wanted to become an Aryan. This was his mythology. Yeah, the degenerated Jew. You know this thing? Okay, so never mind. So yeah, let's go to the Parsha. The Parsha is contradicting, everything that Judaism wants to say today, because what is Yitro? What is the name? It's a peculiar name, okay? If I would tell you the name of the Parsha, and I would tell you, okay, give me a narrative, let's do this. Yitro is the name of the priest of Midian. Okay, Moses, if you, okay, let's go back. Moses, after he killed an Egyptian guy and he heard his, the servant snitch about to snitch on him, so he ran away to Midian. And then there was this romantic scene where he saved the princess, like the daughter of the priest, which is also very rational, theological, never mind, I love this story. And then he gets married to the daughter of the priest of Midian. And they live sababa, cool. And then God, blah, 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 wants to fuck his life, and then the sneh boer, and then they started traveling. You know the story?
Bits of it. I learned. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a different story.
So
in the kids' Zionist way, but I'm pretty.
this is really the Pshat Torah. This is Pshat Torah. No, this is really the elaborate stuff. Okay, so there are like 50 years according to Chazal. It's not really, but according to Chazal, they like to, typological numbers. But for 40 years, he lived in Midian. He forgot his past, like because he really went away from Egypt to murder him. Okay, so he married this girl who is like the daughter of the priest of Midian, like someone like him, high class, but like a spiritual leader. And then they have 2 children. And he's like, and then God wants him to lead the liberation movement. So there is this mirage, a sneh boer. So there is a bush that is burning, and it's not really burning. And then God reveals to him and tell him, take off your shoes and all this blah, 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 blah. And now we are already at the end of all this journey with the Egyptians, and God is very violent and brutal and childish, and he punishes. It's very creative. When let's pass over. And now we are like starting our journey. The slaves are like blah, blah, blah. We are last episode. God tore up the sea. This Yeah, because God. I have to say something. Okay. This is so funny, really, when you realize, when you really read the Torah, not in a subjective Jewish, it's so critical that it makes you laugh. Okay. That the only time, and it connects to our parasha, okay, that Jews are stated to be believers is only in this parasha. Only a second after they experience the most amazing, spectacular miracle ever, that Chazal says that someone who stood there in Kriyat Yam Suf, this departure of it was like, wow, only then. And two sentences after, they also become to rebel. God, why did you leave us in this? Then they start to disbelieve in God. Jews, from the very beginning, they say Vayaminu b'Adonai u'b'Moshe and then start singing. Blah, 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 blah.
They believed.
That's it. One fucking miracle, which is like, it's like, I don't know, we are on acid, MD, or together, like God is, I don't know, spilling on us, imagine, fly. Okay, this is what's happening today, all together. That's it. 2 seconds afterwards, it's fucking God. There is no water. No, relax, babies. Relax. No, there is no God. Why did you? It's funny, really, really, read Torah. It's so Polish. It's like my mother. It's the same today, exactly the same. Nothing fucking changed. I tell you, it's fucking amazing. You read this Pshat Torah, it's a comic. Okay? בישראל באים זה לא... Okay, so, anyway, so Yitro is what is so amazing about if I would tell you, okay, this episode is called Yitro, okay, what would you imagine the narrative would be?
about the priest of
Is
Midian?
the name Yitro is his father-in-law, okay? That's the name. So what will happen in this parasha? Something to connected with him, right? Okay, which is true, which is this parasha is very short, this is why it's very easy. And and the other side is a bestseller, so you would know it is the Ten Commandments. Okay, it's like really a bestseller. And so the first part, which is amazing, and I kept whenever I read this parasha, it makes me really cry from it. Really, I'm saying, because the only midrash, only when I tell you what is going on in this parasha, it's an amazing rush because exactly half of the parasha is Yitro coming, like he visits him, like they're really, really good, like they were like best friends, okay? So he comes and visits Moshe, he brings his whole family, like their grandchildren, like they were left behind or something, and they're really chilling. And he sees Moses, okay? Like Moses is the judge of the people, and everyone turns up to, okay? And he sees, this is in the beautiful language of the Bible, yeah? He sees like Moshe cannot handle it. And then he gives him, like this is very, I think it's like for generations to be, because it's beautiful about the way you should run government. And then he gives him the whole idea of Salat Shamchuyot, like it's any beautiful language. Like you have to have like decent, intellectual, blah, 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 this and this, and like this hierarchy of like if you would do this alone, you cannot sustain this. And this is the system for generations. So what we get here is that the four priests gave us something that we accepted in Judaism. And this is the presentation of Aseret HaDibrot. Like the most sacred Jewish, more and more, half of them, the beginning, is dedicated to the idea that it is not our God in the sense that God is only with the Jews, we are fucking motherfuckers, blah, 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 blah. God is everywhere. The Yitro, he speaks, and it's also a Chavazona, the same. When people are talking good about God, like really and poetically and amazingly, it's never the Jews. Never the Jews. The Jews only in the Kriyat Yam Suf, they say Vayaminu. Yes. They always sin. They always rebel. They are the worst motherfuckers. If you read the Bible, you are not surprised by Darwinism. Just fucking read. This is all I need to say. In German, it sounds better. Really, like you just fucking read the Bible. You cannot get a more critical book about it. Starts with the fucking sin. And I'll tell you something, which is also the thing about the language. I'm in love with Hebrew. It's mystical. It's amazing. So chet, it's like le'achti, is to miss. In Christianity, and also me, I'm sorry, too many Hollywood films. Sin is something that shouldn't. No, like come on. Of course, we needed to eat the but of course it's a metaphor. Yeah, we evolved from the gatherers hunters to the revolution to the agricultural revolution. That's it. We developed the abstract mind, the abstract. That's it. Every child needs to move, but it always goes through scenes, through experiments. You can't touch this. It's like the human. I have an amazing lecture about this thing that took my professor. Amazing, amazing. He's a German Jew. I loved him so much with the Yeke humor. Oh my God. Really, I can just, oh my God. So of course it needed to happen. Come on. Yeah, it's a metaphor. Just clever. We're not that stupid. It's a metaphor. You cannot, as I said before, in Judaism, we don't give a fuck if you believe in God or not. It doesn't give us. We believe if you mekayem mitzvot. Why? Because Judaism knows that God is abstract. It doesn't mean anything. If you live well, you eat well, you have a community life, you're a supporter, you're not abused, you're not fucked up, you live all what the bourgeoisie knows. Now more and more, yeah. This is now it needs to be. Then you can be connected to the God within you, because everyone has God within him. And I say that I'm like nobody today because I'm blah, blah, blah. This is my great grandfather. This is my only card. I put it on my laptop. Okay, maybe when I move to Egypt, I will need to hide it because, yeah, this is my plan actually. But this is my great grandfather. It's an iconic picture, really. Like Haredi Jews really know him. They are adored by my name because I'm like, it's only from him. It's just, I don't know why it happened. And he's like a great, he has a wiki, blah, blah, blah. And what I love about him, that he was part of the founding members of the movement of morality. And it's like the ultra-Orthodox Jews of today. But what I like is the mere word, like the headlines. today, if you will ask ultra-Orthodox Jews, are we moral ethics? They will say, no, come on. I care about if this or this and this and this. It's all about the details. They don't, morality, ethics. For my great-grandfather, it was so obvious that it was the problem is it was a German morality. And this is the problem. They coerced German self-discipline, which is external, with the rules of halacha, which are internal. And this is why we're fucked up today. I can do it a lot less than by my great-grandfather, by mistake, fucked up the world. So I really believe in like a revolution of morality. That like at the end, God is moral. So morality is something, I believe that what is God? God is morality. And every person has what?
He's back from Israel.
Oh yeah, I love this bag so much and it fits the pajama. That's fine. Sorry. Shabbat shalom.
Come back.
1 second, let's return to the... Okay. So I believe that everyone has a morality within him. It's like psychopaths are only people who are extremely wounded. Even if they are born, it's because their mother drank excessively during pregnancy, which means that something is wrong, right? No one is born a psychopath. Trump or Bibi wouldn't change in their childhood experiences, let me tell you, okay? Every narcissist is wounded. So why am I so obsessed about the Torah? Because at the core moment, my friends, the sensitive, fragile friends, they need to be very privileged in some way or another. And the unprivileged, like myself, are running away with hijabs. Because like you need so many foundations, like you need a real community. I'm talking about like the artists, right? You need an OCD religion because you're OCD anyways. So it helps eating disorders. So really, this is why I fucking say Birkat Amazon because of my Egyptian. So yeah, it gives you borders. Yeah, it's very important. It gives you family, like Amazing Gilu. The incest is also from the Bible, right? It gives you all, like, and today we know, okay? ואהבת לרעך כמוך זה כלל גדול בתורה. The way you love yourself is the way you love the other. So even what I eat, this is why it was mystical till now. Now I believe that science slowly will understand the small details of halacha. You know, like we have so many rules according to nutrition. So I don't care what, because it needs to evolve and we're going to have like very interesting stuff. But the idea that wasn't really known till now, that what I eat is, because if I eat stuff, you know, I feel better with myself and then I fight with I know it, right? But if everything is fine, then I can deal with spiritual. This is why Kabbalah is totally Christian today, because we don't deal about this abstract notion. Do you work as a laborer, okay? And can you go to a cult and you watch the Big Brother, right? So Judaism doesn't deal with Bashamayim. It deals with Ba'aretz. It is only with the land. And this is why we need to connect to Islam and not Christianity, European Christianity. Mashallah. So Yitro, you understand why I love this shit? Because Yitro, you understand why it's such a great... So the Torah, the Pshat of the Torah is telling us, okay, and my vote about this parasha, okay, another revelation that I just found out yesterday. Moshe challenges me because he's like a primate Israeli, baboon. And and he tells me, לא, אבל לא בבון, לא, בבון זה טוב, דרך אגב, בבונים מהמם, אני מתה על בבונים. הלוואי היו בבונים, הלוואי, חלום להיות בבון. בתור בן אדם אני מתעסקת על בבון, סליחה, זה מה זה לא יפה מצדי, זה מאוד חסר מודעות עצמית כרגע. טוב, אף בבון לא מייצר אמצעי להשמדה המונית. Okay, I'm sorry in the name of the baboons because they don't manufacture weapons for mass destruction. So I think us humans are worse than any kind of animal ever created. And this is because of things like the Torah. And the Jews not as individuals. And this is what I want to talk about. Okay, this is my mavo, and this I'll try in 5 seconds to say like my words, okay, afterwards, okay? Video on the parasha, what I okay, prepared, and I can just give you a headline, we can send it later because it's like very important for me. מושיקו,
מה?
אתה מפריע לכל הכיתה. Okay.
אף אחד לא הבטיח לך שקט.
Okay, so it was, I'm kidding, because what Bullshit told me is a very important challenge that I really need to address, because what I want to do is shame current Amalekite Christian form of Judaism, which is a torment for me and also fragile, and you don't know how people suffer in Israel. Wow, let's see. Okay, and I want to do this like this. Okay, I'm gonna do this with a niqab, inshallah. So I don't give a fuck because I have so much information that I need to share with the world. It needs to come out to the world. This is my obsession for like 10 years or something. And but the thing is, how do I not spread anti-Semitism? Okay, okay, one explanation is, okay, I'm a Jew. Okay, I have like, let's say, thousands of Jewish, amazing, maybe more. Okay, so of course it's not all the Jews, but it's not enough. Because they keep on saying that you are self-identified. The only reason I got to this obsession, first of all, it's an amazing case because every thinking is subjective. This is why when you have to go, God, let's say, shapes your life story. This is I really believe that this is how I read the Bible, that God works in a very complicated ways. He chooses artists, what today we call artists, okay? Prophets, artists, the same. And he gives them the characters from the beginning, and then he gives them the life story, and then fuck it. Just play with this. Because this is why he's interested in that. Otherwise, it would die of boredom, because it's just one abstract nothing to play with. This is why I need this fucking material to create. Okay? And we need to just fucking, yeah. So, I'm saying that everything is subjective because, like, I wouldn't got this obsessed if I wouldn't be from rock bottom, from a strange, like, combination of things. Like, I don't belong to every, right? We have a friend that coined it like, Alfri Ilani, Hon Traumati is a genius. You know what is diversity prize? So you have a traumatic card, yeah? I don't fit into anything. I'm fucked. And I can analyze. I have the Jewish weapon. I have the best Jewish education. So all I have is these things. Okay? So this is why I got obsessed, because I'm a person that needs to understand things. I'm obsessed. And this was my obsession.
No, let us see a bit about your wisdom, not just.
Okay. So, this parasha.
So the question you were saying.
I read it.
Jews,
I read it.
Hate Jews, just hate them.
Okay, I read this parasha and it was like mystical yesterday because I needed to refresh, and then I realized it's amazing because in the center of this parasha, just in the middle, okay, Yitro walks away, blah blah blah. At the end, and then God talks to Moses, and we are starting to prepare ourselves to this amazing, blah blah. You know that afterwards there, I don't want to do spoiler about golden calf, and yeah, you're aware of it. A few chapters after World War, okay. But there is all the preparations before, blah, blah, blah. They need to not wash and have sex at the time, take some mushrooms or whatever. Okay, amazing. And then it tells Moses, God tells Moses that he should tell the people that they are going to be, and this is, I think, like the clitoris of the avant-garde of Judaism. the Gandhi, okay? כוס רבנן. תהיו ממלכת כהנים וגוי קדוש. Okay? ממלכת כהנים is a kingdom of priests. Okay? גוי קדוש, the English translation, it's not holy in Judaism, it's actually separated. When you are kadosh, it means your holiness is through separation, like the Shabbat, or Shnat HaShemitah, which is not fulfilled because of Zionism and of course. Okay? So, Goy Kadosh is, as we know, why are we separated? Because as you cannot live with other people. This is why we created the ghettos much before. A Jew needs his own food, his own synagogue, his own work. Can you imagine a practicing Jew in old days with no technology and all? Of course, the Jews build their ghettos. And this is what I'm going to show, inshallah, this is my 5 minutes after, that it says so in the Torah. The Jews always lived as a privileged minority. I have a whole book about it. Because we are always like a parasite. We never had our own land since the fucking Bible, since Egypt. Okay, it started in the Bible, and it's the same pattern. And the thing is, like, what I think is, like, I bring something new. It's because I couldn't do this without Wiki. No one can know what I know without Wiki and YouTube. So it's really new. And I have a vagina. So it has a lot to do with it. I have a vagina, I'm low class, I hate Zionism, I hate Nazism, I besides United because you're a Jew. You are slave. I hate Protestant Germanism. And mashallah. Okay, so what does it mean, Mamlechet Kohanim v'Goy Kadosh? Okay, so you're going to be separated because of halacha and blah blah blah. But what is Mamlechet Kohanim? What is my fascination? What am I want to bring to the world by blah, blah, blah. Free fucking education to everyone. The Jews in that term are avant-garde. This old book that I talked about, Economy, I have it on my computer. It's beautifully written. Italian economists, I don't know how it happened, and an Israeli secular economist, they, in a beautiful book, just analyze the obvious. Why the Jews won Nobel Prize, they created Hollywood and created economy because it's the abstract mind, the same as storytelling, the same kind of mind, okay? The story of money is a story of abstract, the art and whatever. Is sorry, I just okay, so I lost my dot. Okay, so Mamlechet Kohanim, okay, so the idea, okay, that Mamlechet Kohanim, okay, but something that I experienced through my body and my soul. This is why I'm doing this, and this is my 100th time to. Today, okay, this crowd will understand. In order to become an artist, you need a lot of tools. Okay, even, Picasso, his father was a famous painter. Maimonides, his father was Maimonides, just not famous. He was a very famous, when you read about the biographies of Mozart, whatever, you need a lot of foundations, right? All the intellectual, they do yoga, they do meditation. You know what I'm saying? A lot of work with the body, like mitzvot, like halacha. It's all with the body. And you need a language, for instance. Language you can acquire up to a certain age, right? And if you travel with your parents, it expands. You understand what I'm saying? Today we understand it's so many tools. Chazas obsessed about these tools. Wow, it's beautiful. All Masechet Avot, the way you should teach your child how to swim. And they say amazing if you should teach him a skill. You understand what Judaism today is factor, is not Mishnah, it's not Talmud even. You should teach him, blah, blah, blah. It's all about behavior and environment and shaping the person so that he will be connected to the real core of himself, which is always good. And the book that I bought now, it's all about this, that we are good. But I believe that Judaism and Islam, what they are saying is, Christianity is blah, blah, blah. No, when you are abstract, you kill everyone. Okay.
This morning you explained the thing about the community and about the tribal.
Okay.
That
Okay.
Mika asked. I thought.
Okay.
I think some of the things you mentioned now you explained this morning and.
Okay, this is my decision as a child, and I talked to like intellectual today, and they was okay, you're so right. Right. So what happens is, halacha, it evolves, right? So Shabbat, Jews always kept Shabbat, okay? So it wasn't a jump. Electricity also evolved, So it started in every community and customs. Every Judaism is Masoret. Masoret, it's the Yeshua, Mashar, the first Mishnah in Masechet Avot, Moshe, Masar Tzorah Yeshua, וישוע מסר לנביאים, וזקנים, לאנשי הכנסת הגדולה, ואנשי הכנסת, it's basically only the kindergarten, okay? It's all about tradition, because Jews understands Judaism. Things evolve. It's by nature. You need to evolve. It's like art, okay? It's like art. And if it's good art, it stays forever, but we evolve, because of technology, okay? What about nation state, an army that can kill masses, can destroy the world without even, with not even something that can, you know what I'm saying? Even though you hear stories in Israel about pilots that started going to a psychological treatment, things that I hear from, spy from within, but it's abstract still, okay? How can the halacha, ever from the Torah, there was only the Maimonides, which was the Megalman, but from the 12th century till now, what can you compare? Modern technology, right? Newspapers, Hollywood, network, you know how the industry works, okay? And I have to show you something, okay? I will move, and from there I will move to another part, okay? a break. We are gonna have a breakthrough. I'm just gonna stream a documentary. Okay? You can just watch it. I'll do share. And then I'm gonna move to the next episode, which is gonna be short, but very important because this is something that I believe that like I realized not it because again, a Jew, which is my obsession to bring to the world. Like because it's I think it's important today. It's like greater than me because it's like mysterious stuff. It's like mystical intellectual. I'm like, this is what drives me crazy. It's bizarre. It's very Jewish also because it's so analytical. Even on ayahuasca, I was sober. You get how deep, like. Okay, so we'll put like a very interesting series that I really recommend on watching. It's an amazing, really interesting director called Adam Curtis. Everything that he does is English. Wow, you could do a screening like wow. It's
Which one?
so I'm going to start, and you know what? Because of I went by the lesson yesterday. Who was Margot? Because of what he said in the lesson yesterday, I said, okay, this is the Jewish example because I have so many examples. This is the Jewish example that I want to bring, like to summarize the subject today. Do not covet. Do not covet. So I want to.
Covet all the time.
So I want to just drink something. You can just pee, drink, and whatever, and then we'll continue to the other episode of the. So the idea. So I have to finish with the morality. Okay, there are priests everywhere in every society. There are artists. We are not the only spiritual people. Come on, but there is a difference between priests from every group and a collective. And we are like the avant-garde of the whole universe. Soon, inshallah, it's going to happen now. All the children get the same education, inshallah, mashallah, no, yeah. But if you want, because this is my story, a low-class factor, blah, 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 realizing myself, like becoming, it took me like 30 years to even start. Moses, when he met me, I was poor, miserable street cat, Moses changed my life. You made a spoiler. I prepared because I really didn't know if to go to Geneva or no, like a low-class, miserable, ex-religious, and Moses told me, I never forget his sentence, and I forget every sentence. He said, Leora, this is the bookstop of our times. And I said, fuck, I'm not missing this bookstop. And this was the best adventure of my life. And you know what? I'll put like 1 second of what happened in there, because this is what I prepared. You did the spoiler, Rabbanan. And then we're going to move to and then you are free.
יאללה, שור זובי.
יאללה, כוס רבאק, הכנתי מראש, כוס רבנן, אני באתי עוזר. וואי, אני הכי באתי עוזר גם. אוקיי, let's do share screen. מור, נכון? וזה במור, בטח. איפה זה? הנה, share, כן. מה זה? אני יודעת. מה אתה רוצה מהחיים שלי? רגע, את זה לא צריך. רגע. אוקיי, עכשיו אפשר לעשות גם ספיקר ויו. עכשיו אנחנו בהפסקה מתודית. רגע, בואו.